Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This week or today we have our weekly check-in and it's going to be a longer one. Seems like the week after payday we always spend the most, so let's go ahead and get started. I've already set up my week here. I just need to highlight the days. So we're going to do orange for food and household. We spent quite a bit, and most of it was food and household, so let me highlight all of that real quick. I like to try and get the end part here highlighted so I know what I should highlight all the way across. So one of our first expenses was at 7-Eleven. I counted this as food and household since it was for the entire family. If it's just one or two of us getting something from there, I'll put it in miscellaneous or dining out or something, but this was after skate night. We just got drinks for everybody. Another one was Five Below. We only bought 2 drinks there, but we discussed it. Instead of me putting it in miscellaneous and that one going over budget and me trying to calculate all the numbers, I was just going to put it under food and household to subtract it from there. But this was totally a splurge for myself. We went to Five Below and there were some BT21 items. I don't know if you guys know about BTS, but they have a BT21 characters for each of them. I don't have it up here. There are some cute keychains and puzzles and things, and I don't tend to buy a lot of things for myself, so I decided to just go ahead and buy it. Five Below, usually if you find things like that, they don't always have it, so we decided that I'll just go ahead and get it. And yes, it's going to take from our food and household, and it defeats the purpose slightly of trying to keep track of your money and use it properly, but I don't really splurge on myself at all, so we decided to just go ahead and do that and just make sure we don't go over budget. We have Costco a few times. I ended up going back another day because on the, the 23rd, I thought it was it was getting kind of windy and dark outside. I was worried it would rain while I was there, and I wanted to pack the car without it raining. So I decided to just go back the next day. A small little trip to Publix for some of the BOGO items. So that's everything for food and household. So I'm going to go ahead and tally all that up. I have subtracted it already from the $400, but I completely forgot to tally it up. So we're going to just have to do that together. I have my laptop here to the side. So it's $400. If you hear the squeaking chair, I'm probably not going to use that folding chair anymore because this one's more comfortable. Okay, so it would help if I didn't cover the amounts. So out of the $400 that I budgeted, it was $16.25, $67.93, $134.14, $63.24, $21.29, $11.30, and $60.89. I don't know why I did that without adding it. So the total, which I already knew of the remaining balance, was $24.96. And I was trying to put the total spent, but I did it backwards. And I could have just subtracted, but now I fixed that. We spent $375.04 on food and household. I'll write on here some miscellaneous items. And yes, I could have just pulled $100 from here and put it in miscellaneous. But it's however you want to do it. Your budget's your budget, so that's how we decided to do it. Dining out, we spent $85.92, leaving us with $408. And let me show you where we spent that. It was only 2 dining out trips, and one was this evening. I'm filming a day early. So that was just 2 McDonald's trips. It's usually where we tend to go. We can get the most. We use the McDonald's app, and they have a 25% off coupon. They used to have a 30% off coupon, and then they changed it, I believe, this past year or so. And if you're not using the McDonald's app and you go there often, I highly suggest you use it and use the 25% off coupon, because that really helps, especially if you want to feed a lot of people. We tend to get more than just meals and stuff, so we can, if we're really hungry or if we split up throughout the day, then we'll eat it later or the next day. So it's usually nuggets. Those are the things that can last to the next day. So we have $408 left there. Gas, I believe, is green. Yes. We've only pumped gas once, and hopefully we do not need to again. This was our main vehicle. It does still have more than half a tank. We did travel for a birthday party, not very far though, so $50, leaving us with $30. And then we have 2 miscellaneous expenses, which I colored in blue. If you saw my Instagram, I posted a photo that I was at Michael's on Friday. I was going to post some other photos of the other stores we were at, but I didn't end up doing that. So at Michael's, we only bought, they still have some Christmas items, so we bought a fake plant. I think it was like $7, and it looks really nice. It doesn't look Christmassy at all, and so we're going to put it on the coffee table. And I believe cupcake liners, Valentine's Day cupcake liners. I like to buy those when they're on sale, clearance, or otherwise, because I like to bake, and cupcake liners are always good to have on hand. Right now I have some Halloween ones. I think they're from about a year ago. I don't bake that often, but yes, we still have those. And then we had a skate night with the kids, and we spent $24.48. It was going to be $14.48, but they had a deal if you wanted to get like a little arcade cart to play the games that they have there. They did have that when I was a kid. I'm trying to remember, because this is the same place that I went to as a kid and loved it. You can get a $10 card for $5, so I decided to buy 2, one for each of them, so they can just go off and play whatever games they wanted, which is what they did. We split up. One went with mommy, one went with daddy, and they had a blast. I decided not to skate this night. Usually I do skate with them so I can help them learn, and they don't go often enough to really know how to skate really well. I would go all the time as a kid, so I learned really quickly. But after over 20 some odd years from not doing it, it's very painful. So that was fun. Hopefully I can find another time to go again. And then we picked up drinks and just something to eat before we went out shopping. So I counted that as miscellaneous. Totaling, let me take a look here. $41.67 spent. And I budgeted $43.21, which was just the remaining funds from the budget. And I knew we wanted to do skate night. That was on the list. I could have written it out as a separate line item, but it was only one event. It wasn't going to be a whole lot, so I didn't want to do that. Maybe in the future for larger things, if we decide to go to the beach during the summer, I'll probably do a separate category for that to budget out for like sunscreen, any snacks, any parking if we may have to park anywhere for some odd reason. I don't think the one around us lets us park on the beach. I haven't been in a long time. Little events like that you can budget out. So it was only one night thing, so I left it like that. So let me move this because that's a lot of color. So this is what we're remaining at right now. So all of this totals around a little over $60, which is exactly what I have left in my bank account for these expenses. I still have some of the bill money in a separate savings account. I'm holding it all until the 1st, and then I'll start paying everything. And I'm happy I did split it because it makes it easy to keep track of this. This is a little over $60, and that's exactly what I have in the bank account until I transfer more money back in. But this is this week's check-in. The back of this is empty, so I'm gonna have to draw it out. Actually, the next one will be in March. So yes, the next check-in will be in March, so I don't need to use this one. I'll just create a whole new one, probably in green. Yeah, I have green. But thank you for stopping by for this week's check-in. Let me know if you have any questions. Wondering how I try and calculate this every day. I'll try and jot it down. I'll come up here. I'll come in my office. I filled in just a few of these today. But every day that we go out, I try and write it down. And if not, I'll write it in a small little notebook that's in my purse just to keep track of things and then come back. But again, like I've mentioned in my other videos, I highly suggest you keep track of things, especially if you're always wondering at the end of the week, where did my money go? This is how you'll know where your money went. So thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.